Red Fox was born John Elroy Sanford on December 9, 1922, in St. Louis, Missouri, and he grew up in the south side of Chicago. From an early age, it was clear that he was destined to be an entertainer. His quick wit, sharp tongue, and ability to turn everyday observations into hilarious jokes set him apart. But while his comedy would bring him fame, it wouldn't bring him the financial security everyone assumed he would have. Instead, despite earning millions over the course of his career, he died nearly penniless. A tragic irony for a man who had spent his life making others laugh about their own hardships. Red got his start in entertainment in the 1940s, working in black nightclubs and burlesque theaters. He performed what was known as party records, raunchy, adult-oriented comedy that was sold under the counter because it was considered too risque for mainstream audiences. These records became incredibly popular within the black community, and Foxx soon earned a reputation as a comedian's comedian, inspiring later greats like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. Despite his underground fame, mainstream success eluded him until the 1970s, when Norman Lear cast him as Fred Sanford in the groundbreaking sitcom Sanford and Son. The show was a smash hit, and suddenly Red Fox was a household name. His portrayal of the cantankerous yet lovable junk dealer Fred Sanford brought him widespread acclaim and wealth beyond what many black entertainers had seen before. He was making $25,000 per episode at the start of the series, and by the end, he was pulling in a reported $200,000 per episode. Ensure, with this newfound wealth, Red Fox lived like a king. He spent lavishly on homes, cars, jewelry, and extravagant parties. He had a weakness for luxury and never hesitated to flaunt his wealth. He famously bought a mansion with 18 rooms, owned over 100 custom-tailored suites, and drove Rolls-Royces like they were everyday cars. But what people didn't see was that Fox was terrible at managing money. He was incredibly generous, perhaps too generous, often handing out cash to friends, family, and even strangers in need. He would tip waiters and hotel staff thousands of dollars at a time, believing that money was meant to be spent and shared. However, Fox's troubles truly began when the IRS came knocking. Throughout his career, he had been known for avoiding taxes, either through negligence or outright defiance. By the time the IRS caught up with him, he owed millions in back taxes. The government seized his assets, including his home and personal possessions. He went from living in a mansion to struggling to find a place to stay. He was forced to return to television in the 1980s with The Red Fox Show and later The Royal Family. But neither achieved the success of Sanford and Son. His financial problems only worsened when his messy divorces took large chunks of his wealth. Yet even as his financial troubles mounted, Fox remained a comedian through and through. He never let the public see the depth of his struggles, always maintaining his signature humor. He continued to work, performing stand-up in Las Vegas and taking any television roles he could to keep himself afloat. But in 1991, while rehearsing for The Royal Family, he suffered a fatal heart attack. The tragic irony? When he collapsed on set, many thought he was joking, mimicking the famous fake heart attacks his character used to do on Sanford and Son. But this time it was real. Red Fox was gone and his estate was in financial ruin. Despite making millions, Fox died virtually broke, a victim of poor financial planning, relentless generosity, and a government that took all it could. His story serves as a cautionary tale for entertainers who find fortune but lack financial discipline. But if you ask anyone about Red Fox today, they don't remember him for his money troubles. They remember the man who made them laugh, who broke barriers for black comedians, and who lived life on his own terms, no matter the cost. And so, the legend of Red Fox lives on. But his story doesn't end here. Red Fox's career was a journey marked by undeniable talent, relentless hustle, and groundbreaking success. But as quickly as the money poured in, it slipped through his fingers, leading to an ending that shocked the world. To truly understand his downfall, one must look at the highs he reached before the lows swallowed him whole. Even before Sanford and Son turned him into a television star, Red Fox was already a legend in comedy. In the 1950s and 1960s, he became the king of party records, selling millions of albums filled with raw, unfiltered, and often raunchy humor. These underground recordings made him a household name in black communities long before the mainstream media took notice. His performances were electric. His ability to deliver a punchline, shift his voice for effect, and land a joke with impeccable timing was unmatched. This was a man born for the stage. His transition to television in the 1970s with Sanford and Son changed comedy forever. The show wasn't just a success, it was a cultural phenomenon. Foxx's portrayal of Fred Sanford, grumpy, witty, and constantly scheming, was based on his own real-life experiences and comedic stylings. His signature phrases like, "You big dummy," and the famous fake heart attacks he used to guilt-trip his son, Lamont, became legendary. The chemistry between Foxx and Demon Wilson, who played Lamont, made the show one of the most beloved sitcoms in television history. With his newfound wealth, Red Fox indulged in the luxuries he never had growing up. He was known for extravagant spending, buying a fleet of expensive cars, collecting lavish jewelry, and throwing legendary parties that would make Hollywood royalty jealous. He had a mansion that seemed fit for a king, and he enjoyed life to the fullest. But while he was raking in money, he was also making some financial decisions that would later prove disastrous. Foxx was incredibly generous, often giving away money as fast as he earned it. He believed in taking care of his friends and family, but he also had a trusting nature that made him an easy target for financial exploitation. Many of the people he helped never returned the favor when he needed them most. On top of that, he had a bad habit of avoiding paperwork and overlooking the fine print in contracts, which would later lead to disputes over unpaid taxes and mismanaged funds. His first real financial struggles began when Sanford and Son ended in 1977. Foxx, feeling undervalued by NBC, left the show in a pay dispute. He believed he deserved a salary comparable to white television stars of the era, and he wasn't wrong. However, his abrupt exit meant he no longer had a steady. When he was down, he knew how to make people laugh. By the late 1980s, he had one last chance at a comeback with the royal family, a new sitcom that showed promise. Tragically, that comeback was cut short. While rehearsing for the show in 1991, Foxx suffered a fatal heart attack. In a cruel twist of fate, when he collapsed on set, many thought he was joking, doing one of his famous fake heart attacks from Sanford and Son. But this time it was real. His passing marked the end of an era. One of comedy's greatest icons was gone, and he left behind little more than memories and unpaid debts. Red Fox's life was a cautionary tale about the perils of wealth, mismanagement, and misplaced trust. He had all the talent in the world, and for a time he had all the money too. But in the end, his generosity, financial missteps, and the relentless pursuit of a lifestyle he couldn't sustain left him with nothing. Yet, despite his financial downfall, Red Fox's legacy remains untarnished. He broke barriers for black comedians, inspired generations of performers, and brought joy to millions. His name still echoes in the halls of comedy history, not as a man who lost everything, but as a man who gave the world laughter, something far more valuable than money. But his story doesn't end here. Red Fox's life serves as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale. He showed the world how comedy could bridge cultures, how humor could be fearless, and how laughter could make the struggles of life feel lighter. But he also showed what happens when fame and fortune are not managed wisely. His story reminds us that no matter how much money one makes, without financial discipline and planning, it can all disappear in an instant. In the end, Red Fox's greatest wealth was not in material possessions, but in the countless smiles and laughter he gave to the world. His comedy will live on, ensuring that his name remains immortal, long after the money is gone. Here's some advice for the new generation of celebrities based on Red Fox's story. 1. Manage your finances wisely. No matter how much money you make, poor financial management can lead to disaster. Hire a trustworthy financial advisor, pay your taxes on time, and invest wisely. 2. Live within your means. Lavish lifestyles and reckless spending can drain even the biggest fortunes. Enjoy your success, but remember that financial security comes from smart saving and investing, not just earning. 3. Understand contracts and business deals. Fox's financial troubles were worsened by bad contracts and poor business decisions. Always read the fine print and have a legal team review any deals before signing. 24, be cautious with generosity. It's great to help family and friends, but don't let people take advantage of you. Know the difference between generosity and financial irresponsibility. 5. Plan for the future. A successful career doesn't last forever. Build multiple streams of income, invest in assets that grow over time, and set up retirement funds to ensure long-term security. 6. Learn from the past. Foxx was a pioneer, but his downfall was preventable. New celebrities should study the mistakes of those before them to avoid repeating history. At the end of the day, true success is not just about making money, it's about keeping it, growing it, and securing your future.
Adam, I came in here with a stiff neck, and I wind up with a pain in the butt. You can do whatever you want to me, but I ain't paying.
We'll see what my supervisor has to say about that, onion head. I need help in massage room number 8. I got another flake. Send in the supervisor.
Get out of my way, Quasimodo. I'm getting out of here. I'm going.
Going where? Now back off. Sit down and don't flap those lips.
Lamont, I'm sorry as I can be, boy. I don't know what to say.
Thanks a lot, Uncle Edgar.
I really felt sorry for you up there, boy. When that little girl ran out on you like that, I was thinking to myself, I'll bet he feels like a real dummy up there. That's what you look like up there. A real dummy.
She made me look like a fool.
What's wrong with the court, Judge? A black man ain't got a chance down here.
I'm black.
Well, you the judge. That don't count. Listen, why don't you arrest some white drivers?
I do.
You do? Well, where are they? Look at all these niggas in here. Look around here. There's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie.
$6.50, thank you so much. May I have $7? $7.50 in the front, thank you so much.
See.
It is, thank you so much. $8.75. May I have $8.75? Will someone give me $8.75? $8.75 it is. $900. Will someone give me $900? May I? $900 it is. $9.25. Do I hear $9.25? May I have $9.25? $9.25 for the $9.25 it is. $9.50. May I have $9.50 in the front? Thank you so much. $9.75.
Well, it's up to you, dummy.
Get away from me, will you? Now, we should have been doing this from the start, and you should have been working the other side of the room.
$1,500.
Thank you.
You're saying.
Thank you very much. You see, I kind of got carried away. Thank you.
$2,000. Thank you. The bid is $2,000.